All right, hello everybody and welcome. Here we are in unseasonably sunny and warm Birmingham, Michigan. And we are here at one of my favorite restaurants in the area, Elie's Mediterranean Grill. Now, Birmingham is a suburb of Detroit, if you are not familiar with the area, and it's one of the more affluent suburbs in this area. Now, it's home to a beautiful downtown area with lots of very nice restaurants and shopping, so we're hoping to feature a little bit of that while we're out here today, give you guys a quick tour of the city, but we're really going to focus on Elie's here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's home to a wealth of fine dining, and that includes, of course, Elie's, and the other very famous Lebanese restaurant in the area, which is Phoenicia. Now, again, we're focusing on Elie's today, and we're going to head on inside, sample some of their amazing food, at least in my opinion, and we'll hopefully get to talk to Elie himself, as well as some maybe the other staff, and see what's what inside. So come on over and let's try it out. All right, so we're sitting here. We're actually very privileged to be sitting here with Elie himself, and we're just going to ask him a couple of questions about all this wonderful food here and about his experience in the restaurant industry and coming to the United States and all that. So, Elie, tell me about your experience coming here first. What year did you arrive?
I came end of '82 from Lebanon during the Civil War. I just decided Lebanon was not the place to be at that time for me, at least. So I decided to come finish school here. I came in to the United States. I went to Oklahoma, to Tulsa for 9 months.
Yeah.
I went to school there. Then I went after that to Boston. I went to architecture school in Boston. Lived in Boston for 5 years. Then I came to visit cousins of mine for Christmas. I ended up staying here. I worked in different restaurants, managed another restaurants, and at that time when I was working as an architect, I wasn't making enough money, and as a young man, didn't think for the future, and I really wasn't too crazy about the degree. And I enjoyed the hospitality, and when I worked in the restaurant business, I really enjoyed it. My grandfather had a restaurant in Lebanon and the market, so I guess it runs in the family.
Yeah.
And I ended up opening my own place after working almost 5 years in another restaurant, and started here almost 28 years ago.
28 years. It really is a tradition then, with your grandfather, of course.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
never
wonderful.
thought I'll be in a restaurant business, but I really love it, and I enjoy every moment of it.
You do what you love, right? You'll never work a day in your life.
Well,
right?
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So tell me a little bit about the restaurant itself and the food. It all looks absolutely wonderful.
Okay. Well, when we started, I got a lot of recipes from my grandmother from Lebanon. I had wonderful people helping me in the kitchen. I had a couple ladies from back home. They were living here and they helped me establishing the restaurants. I had a guy, he's still with me now. It's been almost 27 years. He's the main guy in the kitchen. His name is Khalil, and he does a lot of this wonderful food. Him and I, we started, and I told him what I want. I showed him, the recipes, and then the rest is history.
Hey, you took it and ran with it, really. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, I'm really restraining myself. If it were up to me, I'd be diving in right now. But
well, you should.
I will, trust me.
And the Mediterranean food, especially Lebanese food, it's very healthy.
Yes.
And we do everything from scratch here. I mean, our own homemade soup, to our salad, to every single thing in the menu. It's fresh from scratch.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
The best way to go about it, really. Oh,
It is.
we have some more coming in, actually.
We also have different items. If
Right.
somebody wants something other than, Mediterranean or Middle Eastern. We have baby back ribs,
Ooh.
and they're really good. It's a dry rub,
Yeah.
and we serve it with our own barbecue sauce, which I get it from an American guy. He worked with me. He gave me a recipe,
Right.
and we mixed it. We ended up playing with it, and we came up with it.
It looks
And
wonderful.
our Lebanese sausage, we make it at home and here, and it's mixed between veal and lamb. And we cook it. We saute onion and tomato and fresh. We cook it pomegranate sauce.
Very
It's a
interesting.
natural casing, by the way. It's a natural casing, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. That everything is from scratch, and it's backed by those family recipes too. I mean, that really adds an extra element of not only authenticity, but it makes the food just absolutely delicious as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And we end up, most of our customers are regular customers, and we end up being very close, and they're like family to us.
Right.
My kids grew up, in this food.
Right.
I raised my kids here, and thank God we're blessed. We're still here after 28 years.
I'm just so glad that you have been able to make this wonderful food and share it with everybody. It adds so much to the community, I
And I
think.
want you to enjoy it.
I will,
We
try.
say someday.
I will. I'll back up. But I've heard about some of the meatless things that you've been doing, as well as your pecan pie, which is very famous.
Well, the meatless things, I had a friend, he was involved in the Impossible food, so he sent me a sample before the Impossible food went, and we end up experiencing with that meatless. We are, I think, the only restaurant in the country when we started. We're doing grape leaves, we're doing sausage, we're doing Armenian sausage, we're doing fried kibbe, we're doing baked kibbe, we're doing all that stuff, eggs and meatless, all that wonderful food we used to use meat.
Right.
We're using meatless, and it tastes wonderful. Like shish kafta,
Yeah.
for example, it tastes great with meatless.
Innovative.
People, they can't tell the difference. It's very healthy. It's another option for somebody who doesn't want to eat meat,
Yes.
but they love that taste.
Of course.
So it's there for them. We have great lamb chops. We have great swordfish, shrimp. We sell a lot of fish too.
Yes, yes.
But we also do a lot of fresh juices.
Oh, wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, and mixed fresh juices. We started that 28 years when it wasn't popular, from
Right.
the carrot to the apple to all the mixed berries and bananas and mangoes. Because when we started, we didn't have liquor license, so we started as a juice bar with this wonderful food. And then when we end up getting the liquor license, we started specialty drinks like Mayberry Martini. We also have a lot of homemade desserts, from the rice pudding to the cheesecake. We also have a dessert called ashta. It's like a pudding. It's basically a bread pudding, to be honest.
Yes.
And it has fresh fruits, strawberry, banana, pistachio, and honey on top of it. Maybe we'll get you after you taste this wonderful food. to
Right, of
taste
course.
it. So this in general, very quick ideas about the restaurants, about the menu, about us. So come try us, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, like we do.
Yeah, heard it from the man himself. Please come try it. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful. I've eaten here before, so I can attest to the quality, but we're going to dig in and try all this wonderful food again. But yes, come down to Elie's, and thank you again
Thank you.
for
My
interviewing with
pleasure.
us. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So the moment I have been longing for and waiting for is finally here. I get to eat this wonderful food. I swear, I've been sitting here surrounded by this aroma, by this smell, and I'm just ready to just dive in. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite things here. It's very famous now, but not a lot of people had heard of it before. It's the hummus here. Absolutely amazing. Of course, well known to be a chickpea spread with tahini, of course, and a little bit of olive oil, among other things. You try it with some of the fresh baked bread as well. That comes hot right out of the oven behind us, actually. And I'm going to try a little bit of that. I mean, amazing as always. I have nothing but compliments. The bread, of course, fresh baked, goes so well with the hummus. It's absolutely a must try. If you are used to eating hummus with carrots and pretzels, this is going to knock your socks off. Absolutely. But, and next, of course, nearest to me, I'm sort of working my way around the table, as you can see. I'm going to try a little bit of the shawarma here. Now, shawarma is one of the more famous Lebanese dishes as well. If you haven't tried it, please do it, and come to Elie's to try it as well.
We got chicken and beef.
We have chicken and lamb, actually.
Lamb, sorry.
Well, to correct you, this is mixed between lamb and veal.
Really?
Lamb
And veal.
There you go. Normally, if you go to another place, don't show my picture, you will not get that quality of the meat because of this lamb and veal is obviously more expensive and better for you.
Well, whatever I serve, we eat.
Right, of course, yeah.
You know, my kids grow up, like I said, and they ate this food. So if I want to give it to my kids to eat it, that's what I serve my friends and my customers.
Absolutely. And I do have to say, just from a food standpoint, the lamb and the veal play together so nicely, and that gives a better flavor to the shawarma than you usually would get. Now, Baba Ghanoush, which if you haven't heard of it, with our little talk with the chef, she described a little bit about it, but it's an eggplant spread at its basics. It's eaten similar to hummus. At least I eat it similar to hummus.
It is, but it has the eggplant instead of chickpeas.
Yes. Again, delicious. You can't go wrong with either of these. You could get both if you like, if you want to try something a little bit different with the Baba Ghanoush. You'll have to excuse me as I'm slipping into heaven briefly. So the tabbouleh, again, a lot is very, very Lebanese. A lot of this, while not known even a couple of years ago, is starting to become more in vogue in the culture at large. So if you haven't tried tabbouleh, it's a must try if you're into Lebanese
Sorry
food.
to cut you, we also have regular tabbouleh made with cracked wheat, and we have quinoa tabbouleh. So we can do both.
Do either,
and
yeah.
we do it order by order.
Wonderful, yeah. Let's try a little bit of this. It's the tabbouleh.
So we have a lot of vegan. For vegan lovers, we have a lot of items in the menus for vegan lovers.
Of course, yeah. The tabbouleh is fresh. You can taste, of course there's mint in it, as was mentioned earlier. It's fresh, the little bit of dressing, I suppose, on it is just, it brings out the flavors wonderfully. So, again, can't go wrong. Let's see, what do we try next?
Sausages.
Yes, the sausages. They are famous. As mentioned earlier, another blend of meats here, cooked with this wonderful sauce, tomatoes, onions, and so on. And natural casing, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pomegranate.
Pomegranate sauce, right? It just gives it that zing.
It gives it that fruity kick.
Yeah.
That takes it to the next level.
Yeah. You're eating meat and then a fruity kick comes in and it's got a little sourness to it.
And the tomato adds that little bit of base that you need as well with the onions. Again, outstanding. That might be my favorite thing I've tried so far, if I had to pick one. It's like picking the favorite of your children. It's really difficult.
Why don't we move to this?
Yes.
One of your favorite is meats, as we all know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if you've watched the show, you know that I love meat. So,
Here.
But who doesn't really? I mean, at least now. We'll try the shish kafta, the shish tawouk here, which is the chicken.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and with the garlic sauce as well.
Get you some garlic sauce.
Yes. Now let's try some of the shish tawouk here.
Our garlic sauce, we make it from scratch. It's only garlic, dash of lemon, and cup please, a dash of lemon and oil. That's it. We don't add nothing else, and we whip it, and you will see it right now. It's great with chicken or even meat. I love it to eat it with meat too.
A lot of people like it with kibbeh.
Yeah.
I love it with meat.
Yeah.
I love it with meat.
Yeah.
People think it's only with the chicken.
No.
It tastes delicious with meat.
As in true Lebanese fashion, I like the garlic with everything as well. So now I'm going to try some of the kafta as well. Let me cut a little bit off of that. Leave some for the rest of us, right?
And that's a beef tenderloin, the kebab.
And the kebab is a beef tenderloin, so that might be something you want to try.
Yes, of course. Try a little bit of the kafta, of course, with a bit of the garlic.
It with
Outstanding. Kefta is something I have very fond memories of. My own grandfather actually made it quite a bit when I was a boy. So whenever I have kefta, it really brings back those memories. So I'm really happy to be eating that.
Grandpa Joseph would be very happy.
Yes, he would.
You had a good grandfather.
Yeah.
Quite a fella.
He is.
Yes, he is.
He's a special man.
He really is. Yeah. Now, trying some of the Lebanese salad here, of course, with a variety of vegetables.
This is
It's
fatouche.
one of my favorite from the Mondaleks.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
We all believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a man. Anyway, the fatouche. Again, with Lebanese salad, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's light, flavorful. It's something that gets you prepared for, for this wonderful, meaty and garlic and savory. I mean, it's so hard to pin down the flavors, but
This is maza too. for
it's-
us.
yeah.
This is maza. Other countries call it small plates and whatever, but for us Lebanese people, it's about the food.
it's about the sharing.
drinking, the sharing, the company.
Of course,
You
yeah.
don't eat it
Family,
alone.
the fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the fun of it. You don't
They
eat it
say
alone.
food
Yeah.
brings people
Yeah,
together.
That's right, yeah,
It's about family. It's about friends. It's about all that. And that's what this is.
You eat to enjoy, and you eat to bring that family, that social life
Yeah.
into your
We
existence.
Oh,
also have a great Lebanese wine too.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Lebanon and Lebanese beer.
Lebanese beer and wine is very, very good, and you don't see this in many Lebanese restaurants.
No.
So
Lebanese wine is one of competing with a lot of California or French wine. They won a lot of awards, in Europe and France.
probably difficult also to find it in the United States. Very
It's getting much easier.
much
Yeah.
easier now.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a lot of stuff from Lebanon, you find more and more now, but
Yes.
it was difficult. It's a
Yeah.
very specialty
In the
item.
past used to be difficult. Now it's much easier. Like they say, the world is smaller now.
Yeah,
Right.
the world is much smaller. You want to try the mjaddara?
Oh, absolutely.
This is your favorite?
Mjaddara, it's something I've taken a great liking to.
Elie, tell us a little bit about the mjaddara because
Shawarma, well, you have two ways you can make this wonderful dish. This one, in Lebanon, they make it in the south of Lebanon, which they make it lentil and crack wheat with burned onion in top,
Thank you.
and we serve it with yogurt or salad. And other part of Lebanon, also they make lentil with rice, and it's a little bit smoother and very similar taste, a little bit different texture.
Yeah.
some people call it mdardara instead of mjaddara.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen that as well.
Because
Yes.
of the rice. I like this one, but that's just a
Well, that's
personal
what you
preference.
grew up with.
Yeah, I grew
Yeah.
up with that, so
Personally, this is the one I'm more familiar with as well.
yeah, that's the one you grew up with.
But it's something that actually, if you've a little bit of cultural history here, that when you go to some of the churches, they'll serve that after the service for big like Friday services and all that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's one of my
Like
favorite
Good
things.
Fridays
It's
and
Good
all
Friday,
that.
and
Yeah.
also typically Lebanese Christians tend to not eat meat on Wednesdays and Fridays. So we needed a lot of vegetarian food, and we also have the Druze in Lebanon, who also tend to be more vegetarian. So we have a huge vegetarian population, or at least days where meat is not eaten, and mjaddara and the tabbouleh and
The Beruit with
the Beruit,
tomato.
which we're going to attack next, on the hummus.
Yes.
They all serve that purpose. So if you're a person that is a vegetarian,
That's perfect. It's
yeah,
absolutely
that's perfect. And Elie is one of the best places to come for that.
You'll excuse me as I couldn't restrain myself from the mjaddara.
We use a lot of the nature, like dandelion, like Swiss chard. We have a lot of different things we use in our salad and our food.
Right.
That's now becoming everybody's talking about.
Well, yeah,
that's
it's-
the line everybody
yeah.
talks about.
And we're talking 6,000 years.
Yeah, it's
old
it's
history.
yeah.
we have.
Do
it's-
you want to try the mdardara?
yes, please, yes.
The
Um,
Beruit
I'm sorry,
and
the
tomato
Beruit.
the
sauce.
bulgur, yeah. See,
So, that's cracked wheat, tomato, and green pepper and onion. Also, it's a wonderful vegetarian dish.
yes, absolutely. The thing that a lot of people are starting to realize now is this Mediterranean diet, where you have this wealth of vegetables and lean meats and fish, is the diet that is the most healthy. And to be honest, in my opinion, it's one of the most delicious as well. I mean, it's the best way to eat healthily, if you really ask me.
It is a mix of different cuisines that it just kind of made itself into. Since Lebanon specifically is between Asia, Europe, and Africa, all that spices that came in from Asia, all the good quality food that came in from Africa and Europe. It all kind of blends into this.
Well, Lebanon was really the blend between Europe, Asia, like you said,
And
like
Africa.
So all those countries came through Lebanon. Each country,
Yeah.
each word left something for the Lebanese, and that's how the Lebanese cuisine came up.
Yeah.
We have a lot of French food mixed with our Mediterranean, so that's how it became a lot of, really, like now they say it's a fusion, but
Yeah.
we had it forever.
For
And
thousands
that's
of
why
years.
this food is healthier, because it is a fusion.
Take the best out of everything, pretty much.
everything, yeah.
If I might comment about the burghul real
Yeah.
quick, it's again, I have to take a special moment here. You won't find anything like this anywhere else. People are used to rice and all that, but this is cracked wheat, of course,
Yeah.
which has a different texture, but it's so delicious. It's one of my favorite things as well. You do that with the tomato and the green pepper, and the flavor just melds together like a symphony, really. Just for me, though, looking at all this, I have all the happy memories with my family and all that. So when I think of the Lebanese food, when I think of everything that I see before me, I think of all those fun times. And that's really what it's supposed to do. So, I'm glad that we get to share this with everybody. And without further ado,
Last thing.
oh yes.
Yeah, here you go.
Of course, we have za'atar pita here with some lebne, which is a Lebanese yogurt sort of cheese that was described earlier.
It's a strained yogurt.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We make it also here.
Oh, you make it here too?
We make our
Yeah.
own yogurt and own labne,
Wonderful.
and we put fresh mint, cucumber, and pine nuts and olive oil in top. It's wonderful with the bread, the za'atar bread.
Yeah, the za'atar bread. The Lebanese itself is there's something about it that just makes any other dry food.
It just makes it delicious.
There is no.
It's a
equivalent
nice
to it.
spread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice spread. Yeah.
The za'atar and the Lebanese, they complement each other,
They
of course.
complement
Yeah,
each other.
Which is
Like
it-
sometimes we do za'atar pies, we do meat pies, we do cheese pies
Yeah.
in this wonderful oven we have.
it's delicious, absolutely delicious. But yes, I this is one of my favorite actually breakfasts. You have the za'atar with the Lebanese or with the cheese
And
pies.
the vegetable and,
Yeah.
and the fresh vegetables
Yeah,
on top.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm privileged to have this wonderful spread here, and again, without further ado, we're going to dig in. In addition to all your experience with the restaurant industry, I want to know a little bit more about Birmingham and what your experience here is.
Well, Birmingham, it's a wonderful city. I think it's the only walkable city in Michigan, really.
Really, yeah.
And to be honest, this country, it's my home now, and it is, if we realize how lucky to be in this country, it is the best country in the world. Regardless with all the problems we have, it's still the best country in the world, and it's home.
Yes, yes.
And Birmingham made it really special for us. They welcomed us, and we are in this community we survived, and they helped us, and we're still,
Survive. Yeah, you
still surviving.
survive and thrive, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that that you were welcomed here and all that. That's something that we really want to throw out there, that that people are welcome to come here, that everybody can come and feel like this is their home as well.
It is Birmingham. It's a lot of mixed people, from a different ethnic group, and they all merge and they all live together wonderfully,
Yeah.
in Birmingham. That's
Right.
what makes it really special. You have a lot of different group in Birmingham, a lot of business people from different countries. They came to Birmingham, they made it home, they're very successful. So that's what's special about Birmingham. It's very safe,
Yeah.
very clean. It's a beautiful town, beautiful city, really.
It really is. Yeah, it's quite special indeed.
It
yeah.
is. It is.
All right, we just finished our wonderful meal here at Elie's, and I just gotta say, really knocks it out of the park with all the classic Lebanese food that we tried today. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next time. Signing off.